Have you ever been like the only one in a friend group that meets the person that everyone's like, oh my God, you have to meet this person and they're so nice and they're just like you and you're going to love them. And then you meet them and you're like, I don't know what it is. I don't really need to know what it is. I don't want to know what it is, but you're not my vibe. There's something up with you and I don't trust it. Your ear was ringing or something happens and you're just like, We're in eclipse season right now. And I have been waking up with like this unnamed, unidentifiable anxiety. Knowing that I'm safe, knowing that I'm bubbled and protected, knowing that all's well. We came here to experience this, but like, I don't know exactly what I'm going to call this video. It just kind of feels like the spins, like that was the first word that came in, where whether you're like spinning, or you know, I'm sober and, you know, when I used to drink, you never knew when the spins would come. And like you had to lay in your bed and the spins were happening and you put like one foot outside the bed and you're like, this feels better. I feel better. Or you're on like that circus thing. And that was the image. I think it came through for Capricorn. It was like, you know, that carnival ride where you're like pushed up against the side and then the floor goes out and you're just like spinning and then you get off and you're like, I'm gonna vomit everything that I just ate. Thanks. Well, before I introduce myself and before we get into this full moon eclipse in Pisces at 25 degrees, I want to offer a full disclaimer that we're going to be touching on some heavier subjects today. I know when I get a little nervous or when I get a little activated that this is, you know, the last decan of Pisces. This is the very end of the astrological wheel. And we are going to be talking about mental health issues. We are going to be talking about addictions. We are going to be talking about souls leaving the planet. And those are very heavy topics. We're going to, like, this is, and I'm going to try my very best to speak of them very directly, but also in a compassionate way, but knowing that if you're not feeling super duper safe and grounded right now or within a really comfortable space to view some of these things, just save this video for later and watch it at a later time. So I'd really love for you to check in with yourself right now. I'm going to use Nasha as the pause and just check in. And just check in and ask yourself, do I feel safe? Do I feel grounded? Do I feel bubbled? Do I feel in a good emotional, mental, physical space to maybe hear some things that are intense to hear? And I'm listening to my guides. Good. I'll introduce myself after this pause. And if you're good and ready to go, then grab your water, grab your tea or coffee, and grab your journal. We're talking about the eclipse. So welcome everyone who's here. My name is Sarah. I am a channel, whatever word, whatever label that you need to put on me that, you know, speaks to the fact that I channel information for the collective during the time of the awakening and the ascension of the planet, which is what we're in right now. My quest is to guide the new leadership team for the awakened new earth. We integrate metaphysical practices into our personal growth and development, into our leadership growth and development toolbox. So I work with those that I say have a growth mindset. And I'm saying that in quotations because I want you to put whatever label you need to put on that says we speak from I statements around here. And we say, this is what I'm experiencing. This is what I'm going through. This is how I am viewing. You know, I always speak in lenses because I wear these big old glasses. This is how I am viewing this current paradigm, this current reality that we are calling September 2024 going into this eclipse. I have the astrology up behind me, and this is the general astrological wheel, starts in Aries and goes all the way around over to Pisces. Oh my goodness, my stomach just flipped. So I had a really triggering email the other day, and you know, I accept it and I understand that I'm not for everyone, and I get that. And so this full moon eclipse, or my full moon and new moon workshops, which includes the introduction to the energy, the all signs reading, as well as the channeled message. These are all donation based. So I have many links for you to donate if you so choose. You know, the email that I got was just speaking about like, can you stop begging and pleading for buy me a coffee, do this, do that. And like, I respect that. That's totally fine. This is, you know, the way that I run things, and this is my living room and this is my channel. And so I just want everyone to know that what I say is not doctrine. I don't believe in living gurus. I'm a guide. This is just, you could go to any astrologer, any channeler, and you'll receive the exact same information. This full moon is happening at 25 degrees of Pisces, sun, moon. So wherever you choose to receive that vibration is yours. This is how I present myself. This is how I do things. This is my living room. So if my information does not resonate with you, please kindly unsubscribe. I don't want to fight with you. I'm not preaching from my tower. I'm just trying to offer the best information that I possibly can while also making a living. So if you're ever keen to donate, please, by all means, do that. If it's not for you, all of this information is free. All this information is free. So I was very activated and triggered by that, but I'm getting used to offering information for the public and being open to receive whatever feedback that the world has for me. So thank you for letting me get that off my chest. Let's get it. I'm like literally shaking. It's a shaky one. This is a big one. And so if you're new here, just know that I have a bunch of screens open. So I'm talking to you, and then my guides show me images over here, and then I usually have a past life screen going on over here. And as of late, I've had a very galactic screen over here. It seems to be very GFL. It seems to be very guides and leaders of the, it does seem very GFL. They're here for the planet. A lot of the times, these galactic beings speak to the United States and what's happening within the United States, which, even I've been watching, other channelers on other pages that are not even in the country, and everyone's like, watching the US. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? And I don't have the full picture at all. But like the dark cards come up, the Tower card comes up, the Devil reversed comes up, which I really like, the Devil reverse. And I have a whole digital product, the Tarot Essentials. The link for my digital products is in the description and in my about section as well. It's a whole, tarot companion with Sarah. So I go through every single card, walk you through my favorite spreads. It's, bunches and hours of videos of me. And so if that resonates with you, then that's for you. We're going to go over the 2 major arc cards that represent the staking of the astrological wheel, as well as the 2 minor arcana cards that represent the staking of the astrological wheel. And I really love the channeled images that have been coming to be as of late. And I want to start with this because I'm feeling very intense, and the way that I've been channeling has been coming online in many different ways. I mean, just the fact that I have a very galactic screen that's going on, that's new. What would you say within the past month or so? It kind of came in and out and was coming in and out. And so there was a message that had come through from these galactic beings before I got started, which is our thoughts are, whatever time period you expect, the changing of the world to be, our thoughts are immediately creating. They're immediately creating. And so it's not like we're better than others, but as leaders, since we are already choosing to be leaders, choosing to experience things before other people to kind of be like, this is what it's going to feel like. It's okay. Our thoughts and our paradigms are going to immediately shift sooner rather than later. No judgment or competition with other people. I'll highlight my 2024 to 2027 video, the changing of the guides. There's so much. Your intuition is coming online in a deeper way. Rolling with it. Something doesn't feel right. I don't trust you. Your thoughts are immediately birthing. And so I'm listening. your grounding practice will be as imperative as they're saying brushing your teeth and washing your face and putting on deodorant, as if the people that are resonating with you will have a deeper intuitive practice as you do. So it's kind of like when you don't brush your teeth and you go into a meeting, people are like, oh, you can tell. When you don't put on your deodorant, people immediately tell. When you don't have your meditation practice, people are going to be able to immediately tell if you're taking up space, if your thoughts are all over the place. And so it's very much, they're showing me right now, that channeled image that I've been getting, and that it was the last video that I just did, the Mars and Cancer video. They talk about that circus and that we're experiencing FOMO. And now they're going to go back over to, creating this new world over here. Right now, during this eclipse portal, do as much as you can to not entertain what's happening over there. Don't view it. Don't look at it. It's really dark. And I don't want to even say dark, gross, difficult. It's almost like when you hear, how do I say? It's almost as if what would have been fine for you to be around, whether it be someone who lies or someone where you're like, whatever. It's going to start to feel like nails on a chalkboard for my very intuitive people, my leaders, my entrepreneurs, everyone who's here at my table with me. Being around things that don't resonate, it's going to start to become so uncomfortable to be around, physically, mentally, emotionally uncomfortable to be around. So don't purposefully find a video on YouTube that says, I'd like to listen to Nails on a Chalkboard on repeat. That's what viewing the old circus is going to be like for you. So during this time period, just try your best to bubble yourself. Try your best to hum if you're around, you're standing in line at the cafe. You can't really not stand in line at the cafe, but maybe the people in front of you or behind you are, talking about this, that, and the third. Just hum to yourself and do, 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 do. I go to Doug Funny, do, 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 do. And so find a little diddle or sing to yourself. I love singing Hallelujah, and just find something that you can just make noise, or, like do some, emotional freedom emotional freedom tapping, or tapping. Just have something that starts to take over the noise. And I forgot the image that I had been given. I was out in the woods and I didn't write it down. Was at sport events, when the players are walking in and they have their noise canceling headphones on, and whatever they're listening to is their own. Because whether it's a home game and everybody's cheering for them, or if it's an away game and everyone's screaming obscenities at them, they're not giving anyone, fans or fans of the other team, the capacity to weasel their way into their thoughts. They are locked in. They are in the zone. So I want that for you as well. I want you to be really locked in right now. So let's get into what I'll do is give you the dates of this eclipse, and because it's like the full moon and then it's the eclipse. This is like, I'm having full body reactions to this. So it's just, I appreciate every single one of you being here, because the way that I'm channeling is coming online in a much different, way more powerful way. I mean, I saw my shaman this week. It was wild. Like the way that my physical body is learning how to hold more light, and I'm here with you. So again, I gave a disclaimer at the beginning, but I had a subscriber comment, like, food is weird, pardon my crassness, but like poop is weird, digestion is weird, ingestion is weird, sleep is weird, everything is weird, dreams are weird. We're going through a huge detox. I don't know why I pronounced it that way. I was probably going to say detoxification, but like a huge detox. And just roll with it. Just roll with it. And it kind of, what they're saying is like, some people might have this language and some people might not. So when you're doing chakra work and you are trying to work on a specific chakra and you're eating, like you're working on your root, and so you're eating red foods, you're eating red meat, red beets, all the red things. some people that might not have this language are like, why am I just craving everything orange or everything red or everything purple or everything this? I just want to wear it. I just want to eat it. I just want to do all the things with it. You're starting to like hear color or smell sound. Like it's all becoming this, like the spins. It's becoming the spins. Oh my God, I love it. Okie dokie. So we're going to talk about the dates first if you want to jot these dates down. This is happening for Central Standard Time on the 17th of September, 2134 to 2145. It's kind of like the full moon is at one time and then the eclipse is, I'm just leaving it. 2134 to 2145. And I also want to highlight and give a disclaimer that astrology is one lens that I channel through, but it is not my full lens. It is not my full practice. It is not my full study. I learn just along with you. So I channel through the lens of a growth mindset, of astrology, of tarot, of all of these things. So if you're keen for wild deep dives into the astrology, I'd highlight the work of Pam Gregory. She's a master, has been studying this for like longer than I've been alive almost, and lifetimes over. So I'll just highlight that person's page. I don't watch her videos on it until after I've recorded mine because I never want to. I don't really do much research. I just watch hers after because I'm like, it's like being in university with my favorite professor across time and space. And it's just, it feels good to me to be around those that understand this language, even if I've never met her in the physical. So Central Standard 17 September, 2134 to 45. Eastern Standard Time, 17th of September, 2234 to 2245, and the Gold Coast in Australia, 18th of September, 1234 to 1245. To my Melbourne subscribers, is the Gold Coast and Melbourne, is that the same time zone? Do you need me to do another time zone? Just please comment below and I will make sure to continue to do that. There's also another date that is very important, that this is the last time, because eclipses are cycles. So this could be a 6-month cycle. This could be a year cycle. This could be so many different cycles. We're all on the merry-go-round of our choosing right now. But the last time that we had an eclipse it was 24 degrees of Pisces, was the 16th of September, 2016. I want you to take a pause. And really, so the 16th of September, 2016, we had a full moon eclipse in Pisces at 24 degrees, so off by 1 degree. I want you to ask yourself what was going on for you back then. This is going to be a similar theme. Dude, I literally found that date this morning right before I started recording. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? For what was going on for me during that time period. And you could experience either a closure of that cycle, a beginning of that cycle, or a reprise of that cycle, whether it be like you've leveled up and now you're going to experience like the same thing at the level that you're at right now, a full closure. I mean, this is soul purpose, healing, closures, and coming home. So for a lot of us as leaders, as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as people who are starting something, this is the blossoming, but this is a full closure of your old paradigm. This is a big deal. We talked about this in the September tarot reading. So if this message resonates, then that tarot reading is for you. When you level up and you leave a paradigm that you're at, I'm having a full body reaction to this. Do not, I repeat, do not keep yourself small to make the people around you feel more comfortable. Stop engaging with them, pull away. Really, 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 really. I want you to think of it. Y'all know how much I love Tolkien. And so this is so deep. I was watching, it was like a behind the scenes of the making of The Return of the King. And I was watching, I know. It went deep. Who's watching the Rings of the Rings of Power, by the way? Please comment. So good. So I was listening to this moment where it was Peter Jackson talking to Elijah about when he's finishing writing the book and Sam's coming to his house to like drop off his mail or whatever it may be. And Peter Jackson is saying like, Frodo knows, and spoiler alerts, Frodo knows that he's going on the ship. And so he's gently pulling away from Sam because he can't explain it to him. He can't tell him about it. He's got to wait till literally the last second for this poor soul Sam to like understand that like he has a life and a wife and children and so much to do within that paradigm. There's nothing wrong. There's no competition. It's not like I'm saying, like, oh, look at you and your paradigm. There's nothing wrong with that paradigm. It's Frodo's just saying, I have to leave. I got to go. This is for you. Amazing. No judgment. I'm going because I have to leave. So that September, I'll put the link below, the September tarot reading. Honest to goodness, I'm hearing some people like, tarot's not for me. Just listen to the message. You don't have to actually watch the tarot or like follow along with the cards, but like if it's if I'm reaching you across time and space and that resonates with you, just listen to the words. You don't have to watch the tarot. And so knowing that we usually can't, there's only a few people right now that might understand you and your growth. You might feel stuck in your paradigm. You might unconsciously or subconsciously be like, or consciously, this is so wrapped around. So they're showing me like 5D, 4D, and 3D. And so at the 5D level, you're like, I've been hustling. I know I've been hustling, relaxing, doing the thing, creating my world with my thoughts, words, actions, and intentions. And I feel something that's coming, but I don't know what it is. 4D, you feel like you're in the waiting room and you're like, yeah, just the sim, just standing here, just cool, another soul contract, awesome, done. Like you're just handling it. And at the 3D level, there might be this like weaseling in of, all right, I'm kind of surrendering to the fact that I might be stuck here for a while. I might be stuck in this job. I might be stuck at this location, this area, this whatever it may be. And I surrender to that. Like I surrender to the current, I surrender to what I'm in, and I'm just dealing with it and I'm making the best of it. This is a beautiful image that my guides just gave me. So imagine that that is like 3D, 4D, and 5D, like all layered on top of each other. It's not linear time, it's all happening at the same time. And they're showing me the guides, your guides, my guides, all of our guides. This is quantum. It's like the theory of the egg. Like I'm just another you. And they're taking this like sewing needle and they're looping it down into the 3D and then looping it back up again and then pulling it into the 5D so that everything you just kind of like are raised out of the paradigm that you're in and it's in 5D. We have to function in 3D. Like we're still in that world, but they're just showing me that was really beautiful, that this is like the eclipse portal, whatever you're in, whatever your belief system is, whatever time this reaches you at. It's like they thread down into all of your paradigms, thread you up, and then tighten it up so that the 3D, 4D, 5D just kind of like pull out. So that was a beautiful image. So let's get into the astrology. Something doesn't feel right. Yeah, I really just want you to trust your gut. You know, Virgo, Pisces. This is the health axis. Virgo is your body. Pisces is like the baby ancients. They can feel everything. This is why so many addictive patterns have been coming up for a lot of people to be healed, to be looked at. There's no judgment. And you have to remember with addiction, if you have that seed in you, it doesn't have a name, it doesn't have a face, it can become a positive addiction. Working out, powerlifting, negative addiction, drugs, alcohol, whatever it may be for you, eating, scrolling, anything. The intel, whatever it may be, just know that that's real and that's you're experiencing that for yourself and experiencing that for your family 9 and experiencing that for your community and experiencing that for the planet. Casual, I know. So what I really want to highlight, the sun is in the last decan of Virgo and the moon is in the last decan of Pisces. But see how we have Saturn and Neptune. So Saturn over here is at 15 degrees of Pisces and Neptune is at 28 degrees of Pisces. Both are retrograde. Pluto is in Capricorn retrograde, Saturn, Neptune retrograde, Chiron is retrograde, and Uranus is retrograde. This general astrological wheel, this is the side of self. This is the roots of the tree of our life, cultural family roots. This is the descendant sign, our relationships, and this is our more public life up here. What do you mean by any of that, Sarah? So I just want to listen to my guys. They just want to highlight both of the oppositions because that's a very accessible language. So we're going to start in lenses. When the sun and the moon are in opposition of each other, that is a full moon. Sun, moon, opposition of each other. We already know that everyone becomes the werewolf on the full moon. We know that the moon is super duper bright in the sky. It's highlighting something that we might not have been privy to. It's closing a chapter. This is when we celebrate. We literally just like stem it out. We shake it out. We utilize this energy to not make big decisions. Truly, what I've been saying about eclipses since I've started this channel is this is when you hand the reins over to the God of your understanding. And if this is about your soul purpose, but every eclipse is about what your soul came to this planet to do. What did your soul come to the earth school to do? And if you have strayed off of that path, eclipses will smash you back. Will smash you back. And smashing you back, I don't want you to think of as a negative, because this is, if you've been waking up every single day with, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to heal this, I know I can't do this, I know I'm supposed to do this, I know that, I know that, I know that. Eclipses are going to smash you, and it might feel a little bit hasha. I'll say it in Boston, so it's not as hash, a little hasha. But it's you being like, oh, I knew this for a while now. I knew this for a while now. Okay, thank you. I got a universe, spirit, source. I got you, God. Thank you. I'm going to listen now. Because that's you. You are source having this human experience. I really want us to not idealize our guides or idealize God in a way that it's something outside of you. God is not Santa Claus sitting up there being like, you have to do this. It's more so like, have a relationship with source. Yes, having the Father in the sky. Yes, having the fear of God, like Mother Earth, Papa Sky. Yes, having the fear of God, I speak the religious language as well, is a beautiful thing, but recognizing that you're co-creating. I think that's the word. Yes, Botticelli, co-creating. So talk to God, pray, talk to Spirit in a way that's more accessible. Not, please, 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 but like, hey, if I'm off track, show me the path. Light it up, because I've been walking in the woods. It's been really foggy. I could really use a light post right now. Talk in a more accessible way. And you can yell at your guides. That might come up again later. We'll see. So sun, moon, full moon, eclipse, opposition. Soul is getting pushed back on track. Beautiful. We also have Saturn in opposition of Mercury over here. Mercury's going into Virgo on the 9th, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more on Substack, in my emails. Please subscribe to my Substack if you want to get emails. It's how I update right now. And I've been thinking about doing a regular just email. I don't really know. I'm figuring it out. I'm literally just me in my living room. I am not a master of all this. I can channel effortlessly. That comes through. But figuring out all of these different things. I'm actually hiring an assistant right now. So if anyone is interested, Sarah's hiring. Please send me an email with your CV, with your resume. Preferably North Shore local, so we can have one-on-one chats, but please email your resume over and we'll set up an interview this month. I'm just at a point where I could really use a little bit of a hand to hold when it comes to the technology and stuff like that. So just know that, I wish you could, okay. Actually, no, I'll just put these up. I just recognized that you couldn't see those. What was I saying? So we just talked about full moons, oppositions. So Mercury in Virgo opposite Saturn retrograde in Pisces. What does that mean, Sarah? So use the lens of the full moon when it comes to oppositions. It's a little bit polarizing. Mercury, our communication planet, in Virgo is, we don't mince words, neither do we really care if a no offends you. Truly. If no is a complete sentence, yes is a complete sentence, I'm good at this, you're good at this, I'm bad at this, you're bad at this. Those are not, my guides are saying, ask yourself and do some journaling on this. What is truth to you? What is truth? And whatever that means for you. They don't really want me to get into it. So the one thing that I've said to people before about this, and I'll just leave it, what do you mean by that, Sarah, is so I, do energy healing. And I believe that I can heal myself with my thoughts, words, actions, and intentions, that I go to my shaman and I get, the flower essences and the herbs and all those different things. Like I go very, very natural to heal myself. But if I get shot in the face, please bring me to a Western medicine doctor. Please bring me to a hospital and give them the reins, and hopefully, Sarah makes it. I know that probably at another point in time, if that happened, I could have energy healed myself. But to be a lot more efficient in processes, that's the reality and the paradigm that I live in. So please do that. I believe in gravity. That's a truth for me. There's so many other things, but that's all my guides want me to offer you. But ask yourself, what are foundational truths for you? And those are law. Those are law. It is okay to say to someone that you're having a conversation with, Mercury and Virgo, thank you so much for sharing your reality. That is not my reality. Saturn retrograde in Pisces, Neptune retrograde in Pisces. This is lies. This is illusion. This is disillusion. This is intuition becoming astray. This is over trusting our intuition and not grounding into this reality. This is swaying on both sides of those pendulum and literally getting very confused. Around full moons alone, not even just an eclipse, I don't really do tarot spreads. Like I do, but I don't trust it completely. I just like shuffle and let the cards fall out, and I'm just like, whatever cards pop out, because it's like my higher self and we turn into like Peanuts parents trying to talk. She's like, nope, you're in school right now. Go live and appreciate and experience life and just keep doing what you're doing and doing great, and we'll see you on the other side. And all's well on that. So trusting your words and your word above anyone else's. That's why not every single person has watched my video in the toolbox, my love affair with pen and paper journaling. And I'm just gonna highlight one of the most important things about that is that there are times in my life, and will be in yours, where you don't trust a single person but yourself. Not even me, not even your spouse, not even your mentor, nobody. So I love having the older version of younger and past version of Sarah to reference and be like, this is what was going on for you then, this is what's going on now, and that makes sense. So it's a love letter from me to me to me to me to me. It's also my private journaling. I have 2 journals on the table, and I have my calendar right next to me. So I couldn't recommend higher having that during this time period to write your dreams, write your goals, write your your gratitudes. Honest to goodness, because things are so cuckoo pants right now, I would really go back to your gratitudes. And like this morning, my brain was just like braining when I first woke up. I was like, thank you for my fingers. Thank you for my toes. Thank you for electricity. Thank you for running water, the home, the roof over my head. I'm so grateful. I'm healthy. I can walk to the bathroom without assistance. I don't have to press a button to do so. I'm really cuckoo blessed, like so blessed, so blessed. And scream over those intrusive thoughts. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am worthy. Like, you got to cheerlead for yourself right now, because that's a lot. Your intuition, not your intuition. So just the mental health lens when it comes to, and I have the Saturn in Pisces video is called Mental Health is No Joke right now. That's in the longer age transits. And I gave a full video, I think it was around October, November of last year, talking about mental health and some advice going into the holidays. And I talked very vulnerably because the first bit of Saturn and Pisces, my mental health, and I'll just speak like this isn't what's going on right now, but that's something that I spoke of in the video, and I prefaced that this is heavier topics. I was having so many intrusive thoughts, suicidal thoughts. I was having literally, I'd be standing at my restaurant job and be like, would you like aqua panna or Pellegrino? And the intuition would just be like, you can go. In my voice, in my own voice. It's like, yeah, you don't really have to be here anymore. It's time to go. It's time to go. And so without grounding, without community, without this language, that, like, I'm very grateful for all of you who've been here with me. It takes a village to go through this. But if I'm experiencing some of this, if I have experienced some of this, that might be something that resonates with you. So just know that you're not alone. But when it comes to anxiety, depression, intrusive thoughts, all of these things, it's lying to you. Addiction is lying to you in your own voice. In your own voice. My guides are showing me my video, like connecting to multidimensionals, like safety is key. Yeah, grounding. The link for Sarah's protocol is in the free and get to know me section. It's a free digital download. It's very much like how to bubble yourself, how to, do all these things. Because right now it's do your own thing. Like, absolutely don't always take what I'm saying as doctrine. But if you're not feeling like the absolute baller, like strong and protected and bubbled, maybe don't do any connection work right now. Maybe just be present. If it feels right, my guy, absolutely do it. But that's just the one thing that I would really highlight is, like, if you're not feeling, just like at the beginning of this video, if you're not feeling good to listen, then listen at another time. We're on 5 infinite lifetimes in one day. In one day. Yeah, we start the day waking up and we end the day sleeping, and there's like a spider web of all these different, and then it gets to the end. So you can't mess this up, but just know that maybe like in the morning you're like, yeah, I feel great. And then you're like, I don't feel so good. It's like, oh, no. Yeah, ooh, like all in a day's work. All in a day's work. So you're not alone. Okay. Are there any other aspects? Yeah. So another aspect I want to highlight, Mars is squaring the nodes over here. I just put out a Mars in Cancer video. It, does encompass some of the, South Node Lilith Venus conjunction, or like bringing together. It wasn't by degree or by minute, but like, I'll just highlight this axis right here. So Aries, Libra axis, which is where the nodes are, which is normally where all the eclipses are. So we've had earlier this year, we had the eclipses in Aries and Libra, and then the new moon eclipse is coming up in a few weeks is going to be in Libra. So this is the axis that normally, like that it, by math standards, everything should have been in Aries and Libra. So it's auspicious that we have this full moon over here in Pisces, which is not in the 1st and the 7th axis. It's in the 12th and the 6th axis. It's close, but it's like 5 degrees off of the 0 degree of Aries, which is the beginning of the zodiac. What I had said in the Mars in Cancer video, which is like the cardinals, Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, they're going through it. Wherever this is falling in your chart is getting activated, but lean on your Aries right now. Where's the North Node falling in your chart? Lean on that right now. That is where I want you to hyper focus. That's the little light at the end of the tunnel. I want that to be where you're focusing. I'm not going to preach at you if you want to focus anywhere else. Absolutely. Also find out exactly where this is falling in your chart, that house system. I'm listening to my guides. If you're feeling very confused, just be confused. I was chit-chatting with someone via email that if it's not a resounding yes, that's what it was. Watch your face right now. Like, I told my shaman the other day, I was on the table and I was like, if I ever do this, I just listen to my body. I just absolutely listen to my body. It's like, this is a no for me. When it's a resounding yes, it's like, let's do this. This is for me. Absolutely. Let's get going. I just immediately get energy. I immediately get the download. I immediately know what to do. What is next? But if I'm like, I just know it's not for me. And so it's very frustrating. The situation that I was talking to her about was like, I just trust my body. I literally just trust my body. I know I want What's on the other side of this? I want to run. I want to jump. I want to skip. I want to play. I want to do the thing. What movie? What show? Pardon me. What show? But I listen to my body. My body knows. And especially during the time where we hand the reins over to the God of our understanding, listen to your body. Listen to Virgo, the gut. Listen to your body. Your body knows without question. Okay, I keep looking at the tarot and I just want to get these going and out of the way. Pisces. This is the major arcana that runs Pisces. Beautiful. I don't really have to get into it too much. Some people call this as an eclipse, kind of like the Eight of Cups card. And towers in the background. There's no humans on the card. Howling at the moon. This is why I want you to trust your body. Your body. Not that your intuition is going to be off, but there might be a lot of voices going off in your head. And when your body, when your everything is a resounding yes, it's going to feel like all of a sudden something is going to be like backlit for you. You're going to hear music. The doves are going to come out. The skies are going to part. The sun is going to shine. It will be without question a resounding yes. You will know. You will know. So if you feel like, I know I want to do this, but right now it just feels like this. Trust that. Just trust that. Just really trust that. Please, 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 please trust that. This is the Pisces card. This is the Virgo card. This is the Hermit. Number nine. What's very, very fascinating. This is where the sun is in the sky, in the whole house of Virgo. The Hermit looks back to light the way for others. So yes, he is a teacher. Yes, he is a sage, a mystic, whatever you want to call him. But the more I do research into the Hermit, he's actually not always looked at as a positive being. He could be looked at as a drunkard. He could be looked at as someone who hoards his information and is like, my precious. And what we know about the number 9, what I find so fascinating and love this parable, is that something has to die. We cannot stay in the situation that we're in. We cannot stay in the paradigm that we're in. When a baby is at 9 months, he has to leave everything he's ever known. All the safety, all the nutrients, all the security he's ever known, but he cannot stay there or else he will die. That's what we're in right now. But just know, law of the universe, law of gender, everything has a gestation period. So trust that you're still in your 9th month of gestation, whatever is being birthed for you right now, and just get excited that when it's a yes, you can just pick up your bags and go. Yeah, for a lot of you, look at what was happening on the 16th of September, 2016. So this represents the last decan of Pisces. It's a beautiful card. We're completing a big old cycle. Celebration, family, love. Definitely love is coming for a lot of people. For my divine feminines, you're going to be receiving either the divine masculine counterpart, I guess, for lack of a better term, or the investments to keep yourself in your feminine so that you can do what it is that you need to do. Whatever that represents for you, it could be literally money coming in for my divine feminines. It could be a partner coming in for my divine feminines. It could be a baby coming in for my divine feminines. For my divine masculines, I feel like you're going to be in opportunities to love up on your divine feminine, love up on your business, really create something new that's being birthed from the inside out. There's no they're not under a house. They're just enjoying the beauty of the full cups. You know, the grail at the base of the number. It's a 10. It's the completed cycle. So I really, really, really love this. This is one of the best cards in the entire deck. You know, a lot of people call this the Millionaire's card. It's Can't Have a Bad Day card. This is the 10 of Pentacles that represents the last decan of Virgo in the astrological wheel. This is mutable energy, these two 10s. See how the dogs are the only ones that really recognize this dude over here. He's the mystic. This is like an Odysseus card. And that the people in the background, they're just living their lives. They're kind of like talking about like, who's going to do the grocery shopping? Why didn't you, wring out the sponge? And the kid's trying to acknowledge them. They're not paying attention to the kid, and they're not paying attention to the mystical being. it's also fascinating that, in other cards, they're engaging with the pentacles. So it just has like the tree of life, but the pentacles are overlapped on the card. It's not a part of it. It's just, this to me says you're saturating the energy of 10 of Pentacles into your current paradigm. And I'm seeing it coming from the external because you've projected it from the internal. What do you mean by that, Sarah? So we are consciousness having a human experience right now. We know that. And our thoughts, words, actions, and intentions create the third dimensional matrix paradigm that we call home, whatever it looks like. How you feel about yourself is the paradigm that you're going to experience around you. I don't have to explain that to you. That is just known information. And so when you vibrate, a lot of the laws of the universe, a lot of myself. I have an entire chapter on this in my self-mastery program. The link is below for anyone who's interested in that. It's like 6 chapters of so much, the fundamental practices that get you through your awakening in a very efficient way. And so we talk about all the laws of the universe. And when we are vibrating at the level, not even the level, because that gives us like an above or below, at the vibration of what we want, it comes to us. That's when the synchronicities come. That's when the people come. That's when all the things just kind of pop up in your life in ways that are just so magical. So I just saw the image of like, you've been buzzing as this dude for a while, and now you're starting to receive. The eclipse is going to bring in what it is that you need. And it's going to end a cycle and really end it completely. Really end it completely. I'm listening to my guides. So I have longer range transit playlists. I have videos on Pluto and Aquarius, 2 of them. I'll have a whole nother one. I was just asking if I have to really talk about this. I have 2 videos on Jupiter and Gemini, and I have a whole video as well as a Substack article about Mars and Cancer. They don't want me to focus on any of this or any of this. They just want to focus on the 1st, the 12th, the 6th, and the 7th. The ascendant, descendant line. This is you. This is descendant is the people around you. Seeing God in another. Just like I had said, your paradigm is created with your thoughts, words, actions, and intentions and how you feel about yourself. The people that you are surrounded by. This is going to get big. This is going to get... It's just, I love my guides so much in the way that they show me information. So I'm just going to sit with it and just paint the picture and channel it through. So a lot of us, they're painting a picture of like middle school or elementary school, and we've just felt like we're stuck at a certain grade, or that we're just there. They're taking that away. So again, a lot of us have been they just want me to show it's like this hand coming that sees you. I don't know if anyone's going to know this reference. Like more people than you think. So there's this episode of Sex and the City back in the day, and I just, whatever you believe about it, I was born in 1987, so it's like this was something that I watched. There's this episode where Samantha Jones like offended one of the ladies who luncheon and was like shunned. She couldn't get into any area. She couldn't get into any club, and she was just like couldn't get people to help open her, whatever it may be. And she's out and she's like shoveling all this dirt and she's just like doing it. She's running her life. But there was this moment where it was Leonardo DiCaprio, and he just grabs her hand and they become fast friends, and her whole life becomes better again. It takes one person to see you, to repost you, to connect you to another person. It takes one connection. And so my guides are like, it might feel like you're one connection away, because you are. So dress for success every day. Don't let, any of this like, going to wear my pajamas to the grocery store. Expect to meet the person that's going to change your life in every single second. Like, there are moments that I'm like, I'm not even gonna put a face on as I'm putting my face on in the mirror. I'm just gonna wear my workout clothes and I drive home. Like, it's just flounder doing it. I don't care, but just dress as the avatar of the vibration that you want to be at. I'm listening. I've got like my guides, and then I've got like the galactic guide speaking. And I've got like a past life going, so I'm just asking like who wants to go first. So the galactic beings are saying, it's very GFL, whatever that means to you. It's very like kind beings that cannot come in to help unless there are laws, the law of non-intervention. And so in the same way that your angels can't really help you, or nobody can really help you until you say like, angels, I welcome you to help you, your galactic beings are of the same idea and caliber. They can't come in without your permission. And you might feel as though, their galactic beings just watching the planet. It's the same way that, the entire world is watching the United States right now. There's no answer that they can give me as to, in the same way that I had said, we wake up and there's many different lifetimes and then we go to sleep. There's no answer to, November, December. They're showing me like the Tower in the Major Arcana, the Devil in the Major Arcana, and the Death card in the Major Arcana. And they're recognizing that, when you pull the Death card, it doesn't always mean death. It could be ego death. It could be, the death of an old you, whatever that may be. And they're putting those three cards in quotations. So they're just saying that a lot of intuitives right now are feeling this energy. They're feeling this shift, and they're feeling this, like a lot of what you're saying, Sarah, really resonates, but I don't have the full picture of it. Welcome to Pisces energy. Really, welcome to Pisces energy. So we know that we're going into we're all off-roading. We're all on a bumpy, sailboat. We're all, in a turbulent airplane flight, and we just don't really get mad where we're bumping our head when we're off-roading because you actively chose to go off-roading. We're on a plane with turbulence. You can't get off the plane. You just got to wait it out. You're on a sailboat that had, stormy seas. Just trust your breath and deeply breathe into your belly. Meditation. None of this is easy. This video will unlock for a lot of people a bit of mastery within them, this confidence within them. So there's a level of confidence in this video that's encoded in my voice, they're saying. And so knowing that you can ask your guides and angels and galactic beings for assistance because you are the master that chose to be human right now. I'm going to highlight again, like, Odysseus had to leave to come back. It's like I'm trying to give a proper parable. No, they're just like, I'm putting them in my mind's eye and they're like, nope, 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 nope. You have to, I said this to a friend the other day and I've said it before. Simba, you must become who you are. You must become who you are, Simba. You must become who you are. It's my willow drop. You must become who you are. You must stand in your power. You must take your throne. You must understand that this is not easy. None of this is easy. This is I'm just highlighting how rough the seas are for a lot of people right now. I mean, this happening in between Neptune and Saturn, like this is just astrologically alone, this is intense. And so I appreciate every single one of you being here. I want to highlight, I, ran into an acquaintance the other day, and we were both just like, she's a Sag. She's like, yeah, everything's rough, everything's wild, everything's crazy, everything's this. She's like, is there astrological validation for everything that's going on? I was like, oh my God, days, hours worth of it. She's like, okay, that's all I need to know. As long as we're like by the map, right on time. Sag is run by Jupiter, so they get it. They get this expansion. And so some Sages, honest to God, Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, some of the most incredibly enlightened beings I've ever met in my life. Yeah. I don't want to make this joke all the time, but like, you don't come in on your first time as a Sag. Absolutely not. I say that for a lot of signs, but like, yeah. Mutable energy? No, you don't come in on the first time as that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So there's a visual that I use that my guides are offering right now when I meditate and I'm feeling a little bit too intense and I'm feeling very open and very exposed, for lack of a better term. I'll sit, in meditation, and I'll ground myself. I'll do my normal grounding practice, my normal bubble, everything that I normally do. And then what I do is that I check in with the energy of the earth. And I really literally pretend to scoop the energy of the earth up to about my waist, and I pretend that I'm like this seed that's been like that, or like a what is it called, like a bulb that's just sprouted, and I'm just like, I have extra earth energy, I have extra protection, extra, because whenever we have an event in a sign, the medicine is going to be the opposite sign. So for this water energy, the medicine is earth energy. And so just bringing some extra earth energy into your life, whether it's having rocks and stones in your pocket, whether it's, spending time in the woods, really earth energy right now, I would say, would be the best way to navigate this. Eating heartier foods. Definitely, for my vegetarian vegans, I want like a crunch. I want like nuts and like seeds. I want you really like having a hard type of a crunch. For my meat eaters, I want like not a lot, like don't overdo it, but like the red meat, the root, like that could be helpful right now. Again, digestion is really weird for a lot of people, myself included. So just go with it. Intuitively trust yourself. This could be a red juice if the meat doesn't resonate, but for anyone meat eater or non-meat eater, a red juice could be something. Beet juice, like red juice could be helpful. There are really no big astrological events the week of, so my schedule goes Monday to Sunday. So the Monday the 16th to Sunday the 22nd. This eclipse for me is on the 17th. For the Gold Coast, it's the 18th the next day. So the week before that, we have the 9th, Mercury's going into Virgo. Then there's not anything that I'm following until the 17th. That's the eclipse, 17th, 18th. And then the 22nd, that Sunday, is Libra season, the equinox, as well as Venus going into Scorpio. And then Mercury changing signs on the 26th. That's literally, there are no big shifts within the eclipse portal from the full moon eclipse to the new moon eclipse, 17th to the 2nd of October. So I like that. So it's kind of like leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Who's meant for you is never going to leave you. They're meant for you. But your next paradigm is calling. And so get excited about that. Don't be scared. You're going to be fine. Everything's going to happen in just the right way. I'll leave you with this because it's not easy what we're in. It's not easy as intuitives to be like, there's a lot of people leaving the planet and there's a lot of destruction and there's a lot of this. There is. So I can tell you you're going to be fine in a world of certain uncertainty. I can tell you that we came here to experience this because we're alive. It doesn't make it less feely for the human. It never does. So there's nothing I can say to make us feel less feely intense. Like, that's something that I've said to my guys, and I mentioned it in client sessions. I'm like, guys, feelings are so feely right now. I'm feeling everything. I'm feeling colors. I'm feeling everything. What the effernutters is going on? They're like, yeah, that's so cool. What does that feel like? What does love feel like? What does pain feel like? We don't experience that. You came down here to study that and to experience it. So the disassociation that we're feeling is a little bit from the guides, is a little bit from maybe you're channeling and you don't really recognize it because your guides are studying you, experiencing things that they don't have in other paradigms, in other realms. Doesn't discredit what you're feeling. Both sides. I know. Just roll with it. That was one of my notes. I don't know if I said that yet, but I think that's all. What questions do you have for me? How can I best support you? Please reach out directly. If you are keen for a personalized reading, we can book a 15-minute free consultation if you're not really sure where to start. I am traveling from the 12th to the 15th, 16th. So I have a few spots. Actually, I'm going to post this on the 9th, 10th. So I won't have an opening until later, 18th, 19th, 20th. I'll have some time. No, the 20th. Yeah. So please reach out directly and we can book something. We can get it on the books. If you reach out on the 10th itself, which is like, if you reach out on the 11th, I won't be able to do it. But if you reach out on the 10th, I will be able to do a moonlit reading for you, which is it's like $200 a month, but it's for $100 and you get a half-hour personalized chart reading, just like my all signs reading. So if you're interested in that, but it has to be like 10th is the cutoff day because I'm traveling. I'll be able to like record it on the 11th and get it to you before the 17th. But anytime after that, we'll have to wait till the new moon eclipse in Libra coming up. But busting through my trigger, if you're keen to donate, please donate. If that's not for you, this is a gift to you. I can't sit here and just have all of this channeling and have all this information coming to me and not share it. Your gifts aren't your gifts if you don't present them as presents to the world. I loved that phrase when it came. But, I was very triggered. So if I'm ever, triggering you by asking for too much, just know that you don't really have to give anything. This is my gift to you. If you are able to give, that's amazing. It helps me give more in the most authentic way. I think that's it. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you, as is the universe, as is every single one of your spirit guides and teams. None of this is easy. Happy full moon eclipse. I'll see you on the other side.